Creatine is no doubt a fantastic supplement that majority of women and people should be taking. I created 2 videos all about creatine and sharing my experience. One was a 30-day challenge and then another one was just a really informative video. And both of these videos got around 90K views collectively, which is amazing. But I had so many comments and questions about creatine that in today's video, I'm going to answer some of the most popular, frequently asked questions all about creatine so that you can get a really good understanding of what creatine is, when you should take it, any side effects, or any other questions that you might be wondering about creatine. A quick little intro before we get into it. My name's Abby. I'm an online fitness coach and nutritionist, and I help women lose fat in a way that feels effortless. And I love sharing healthy tips all about habits and mindset and nutrition. You can come follow me on Instagram here. I'll link my Instagram below. I'm a lot more active there day to day, but on YouTube, I do share lots of educational videos and also do share online workouts as well. Let's dive in. When it comes to fat gain, no, there is no physical way that creatine can make you gain fat. Yes, it can cause you to gain water weight. So there is a big difference between those two things. When I did my 30-day challenge, I think my scale weight went up around 2.5 to 3 kilos, which is very normal because what it actually does is draw water into the muscles so that they're more hydrated for performance. So yes, it can cause you to gain water weight, but it will not cause you to gain fat weight. So just know this and know that if you're jumping on the scales and like maybe in a fat loss phase, it could be quite confusing. So make sure that you're tracking your fat loss progress in other ways as well. Now, another common thing is feeling very bloated with creatine. And I think it's important to know that everybody's experience with creatine is going to be very different. I had a lot of comments on here from women saying that it just didn't agree with them, and that could be maybe the dosage. It is usually recommended that you take around 5 grams of creatine per day, but that might not comfortably sit well with everyone, so you might need to test it yourself. If you are finding that it is causing you to be quite bloated, the first thing that you need to do is drink more water. A lot of people don't know this, but you actually should be drinking around 2.5 to 3 liters of water a day when you're taking creatine, and that will actually really help you de-bloat. Another thing that you could be doing is taking a different type of creatine. So the one that I recommend usually and that most people take is creatine monohydrate. It is recommended that you take around 5 grams of this per day. But another type of creatine that you could take if you are experiencing some sort of bloating is creatine hydrochloride. Now, this is much more water soluble and you only need around 1.5 to 2 grams per day as well. The most known benefit of creatine is that it's going to complement you in the gym. It gives you that energy in the gym, so it builds up in your muscles over time and it helps you perform better in the gym. And if you're lifting weights, it's going to help you maximize your potential in the gym. There is no doubt. It's going to help you build muscle a little bit faster. It's going to help you preserve that muscle mass as well. But recent study shows that there are so many more benefits outside of the gym, and this is what this video was that I posted about 2 months ago, and I'll link it in the description below. Go ahead and watch that because it can help with mood, it can help with fighting depression, it can help around your menstrual cycle as well, especially if you're premenopausal and menopausal. So there are so many more benefits outside of the gym. So yes, if you're not strength training, then you can definitely still take creatine. That basically means when I first start out, do I need to do like a loading phase and, take more creatine at the start and then taper off? The answer is no. If you're taking creatine, you can just start with 3 to 5 grams per day. And as long as you're taking it consistently, it will still give you the results that you're looking for. It is very normal to skip days. Of course, there have been days where I've forgotten to take it, and it's not the end of the world. Like I said before, creatine builds up in your muscles over time. So it's not like you take it in the morning and then you have this instant burst of energy in the gym. It actually builds up slowly. So if you miss a day, it's not going to be the end of the world. Just make sure that you remember to take it the next day. Now, this is a really good question because creatine directly will not help you lose weight. You need to be in a calorie deficit to be able to do that, but it can help you perform better in the gym. It can help you maintain that muscle mass, and it can help you build muscle mass. And the more muscle mass you have, the more energy you burn at rest and the higher your metabolism will be. So in the long term, yes, it can be a fantastic supplement to help your fat loss results because it can help you increase your muscle mass. But if you're in a calorie deficit, it's going to be really hard to build muscle. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't take it in a calorie deficit either, because when you're in a calorie deficit, you actually run the risk of losing muscle mass. And by taking creatine, it can actually help you maintain that muscle mass, which is a really good thing. So yes, you should take it even if you're in a fat loss phase, if you're in a maintenance phase, and especially if you're in a building phase. This is a great question, and honestly, timing does not matter. Like I said before, it builds up in your muscles over time, so you can take it in the morning, night, midday, whenever you like. I recommend you take it at a time that you're going to remember every day. So I wake up in the morning, I have my coffee, and then I usually just take creatine because that's when I take like my supplements and have a little snack before the gym, and that works for me. So maybe just find a time that works for you that you're going to remember consistently and build it into your routine. Yes, you can mix creatine with anything. You can have it in your morning smoothies, you can have it with water. My biggest recommendation though is make sure that you're drinking at least 2.5 to 3 liters of water a day when you are taking creatine. If you are taking loads of creatine, if you're taking loads of any kind of supplement, it's probably not going to be great for your kidneys or your body. So the recommended dose is around 3 to 5 grams, and the studies show that this is a perfectly safe amount for your kidneys. But if you have an underlying kidney condition, maybe consult your doctor before you start taking creatine. Yes, this is a supplement that you need to consistently take every single day, even on days that you're not training, because it builds up in your muscles over time. And if you want the best results, take it daily so that your muscles are saturated for full benefits. Now, creatine monohydrate is the most widely studied and the most easiest. It's also the cheapest for most people to get. But like I said before, if monohydrate does not agree with you, then try hydrochloride. That could definitely be a go. In terms of brands, honestly, it does not matter what brand, as long as it is 100% creatine monohydrate. It's the exact same ingredients in every single brand. Yes, vegetarians and vegans actually might have naturally lower stores of creatine because creatine actually comes from animal sources. So by supplementing, it can be really beneficial, especially for vegans and vegetarians. Now, creatine is the most widely studied supplement, and there are so many studies saying that around 3 to 5 grams is incredibly safe. Yes, you might individually experience some bloating, maybe especially if you're not drinking enough water, or there might be some other side effects that you might experience. If you have, maybe just drop them below and we can have a bit of a chat about it. But I think when it comes to creatine, you have to firstly consult your doctor if you are a little worried, but also just experience it for yourself and see how it affects your body, and then maybe drop the dosage if you need to. But in terms of the study, it is a perfectly safe supplement that has no long-term effects. Now, most of these studies are actually shown on 18 plus, but they are starting to do some studies on younger teens, and that's showing to be really beneficial as well. I think actually the coolest thing here is that it really helps elderly people with their memory, with their cognitive function, and especially women around premenopause and post-menopause and menopause as well. So if you're in any of those age brackets, I definitely recommend starting to look into taking creatine. Watch my other videos, I will link them below. And if you have any other questions, maybe I'm gonna have to do a part 2 of this creatine video, drop them below, let me know, come jump into Instagram here and let's have a chat about it. Watch my other videos as well so you can get a better understanding. And if you're gonna start your creatine journey, comment below as well because I'd love to hear. All right guys, thanks so much for watching. See you in the next video.